Hello everyone, VegasVic1965, and in this week's tutorial we're going to be looking at a cactus farm, an auto cactus farm that you can use for a lot of things. You can use it for experience and some furnaces. You can also use it for dye. You can use it for tracks like ice and rails, and I'm about to show you all of that. So without further ado, let's find out. Welcome back everyone, VegasVic1965. I'm coming at you from the Adults Play Minecraft server. And what you're looking at is a cactus farm, and you can use what I'm about to show you for whatever size you want. Small, large, it doesn't really matter. It's very simple to make, and I'll show you some of the systems that I have set up. As you can see through here, I could put slabs, but it didn't matter. You can use slabs. You'll see in some of the examples that I have in just a moment. And I have that running to one little area here on Adults Play, right down here through a water system, and they pop out right here in my collection system. So let's find out how we can start making these. So let's take a look at the couple ways that you can use these in transportation. First one we'll look at is a mine cart, and you can see I've got a couple hoppers with a dispenser, and we've got our cactus set on the end. So if we pop in here, press the button, that'll launch us on, and the cactus will actually pop that cart out from underneath us and place it under here, which we can get back through the dispenser. Anyway, that's the mine cart method. There's also a boat method that I've used in the Nether. And that's a matter of lining up your boat here on top of there. Same thing, get yourself going, and the same thing, it'll just pop right out and right into your dispenser over here. So this is a great way to use it as a transportation method, not only for dye and also experience. So for dye and experience, let's go take a look. Okay, now for the build part of the tutorial. First thing I wanted to show you was there are a couple different placements that you could possibly make a mistake in, and one of them would be either on a full block or a half slab in line with not leaving two spaces. And you'll see here as an example of what will happen, because that is a half slab, and you would think water would flow underneath it, but it doesn't. So make sure that you build your blocks, or place your blocks 2 blocks high. So if you want to use half slabs, that's just fine, but you want to make sure that half slab is on the top one. And if you want to use full blocks, that's just as well. Now, taking a look at the farm, you're looking at this at 8 in length total. This would be if you had one level, one layer exactly. But if you wanted to run more in your area, then you could actually run a lot more. It's probably as far as you want, with the last layer being 8 blocks long, and every other additional one being 7, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What that will happen, what that will make happen, is when you place the water back there, it will continue to flow all the way down into here, where you've got your final layer as 8. But before you even place any walls, you want to make sure that you get your spacing and your area right, and set out your blocks where you would like to see your cactus start to grow. Then build your wall around. So as you see, the first layer is 8. Anything you want to build beyond that, if you want to make it even more, just go 7, and 1 step up each and every time. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at is getting our fence gates up there above where the cactus are going to be growing, so that so they do pop off and go right into your water streams. Okay, once you've got your placement of your blocks, and you're 2 blocks high again, and if you're only doing 1 layer, it is 8 deep. Then you'll set your sand blocks up top, and you want to set your back wall, wherever the end is, 1 block higher than your sand block, which will be, of course, your cactus level. And from there, what you're going to do is you're going to come in between 2 of the sand blocks, and you're going to run a line of fence gates all the way down. Then you're going to come over and you're going to skip this one here, because these fence gates are going to cover these 2, and you'll run another line for the next 2. Now you will not need the entire row of fence gates. The only thing you will need are the ones that will be in between 2 of the cactus. So once we've got our line out, we can pretty much break the rest of these. So you'll have one here. You will not need the one in the middle, not need the one in the middle there, and you won't need the one in the middle there. And you do the same thing to the other side. Get rid of that one. Come around. Again, you don't need the one in the middle, there, or there. Now, you're just about ready to place your cactus. Okay, at this point, you can make a choice of either placing the water or placing the cactus. I think I'll go out here to the middle and place the cactus first. Set a cactus in each one of your blocks. Of course, giving yourself a way out. Now you've got that done, and you're ready. So when they do grow, they'll pop right off there, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in a moment. If not, I'll put it on time lapse so you can see. The next step is we're going to place our water down below. Setting your water, since we have since it is 8 deep, if it was 5 deep or less, you would have to put a water source on each and every block. In this case, we're 8 deep, we're fine. So we can put water source block there, put a water source block, we skip a block and put a water source block. And from the middle, we can actually pick up more water. We'll come over to, place a water source there. We can refill it with the one in the middle. Do the same thing here, we'll skip one. Pick up some more water. Again, until we've got it full the way we want it. Again, this was the one where if you had additional ones going back, again, this is 8 deep and then 7 deep beyond that by going up one on each level. So now we're actually ready to see the cactus start to fall. But we are going to need a collection system. It is totally up to you, but what I would suggest, and I'm going to go up here and get one more thing of water just in case. You're going to want to set your another water bucket right here. So every cactus that falls off of there will fall right in to the water streams and end up down here. At this point, you can set up a collection system, or you can actually continue to run it even further. And if you wanted to run this a little bit further, it's just a matter of digging down a block after the 8th and continue on if you had something that was even longer than that. So now we'll go ahead and watch and see what happens when the cactus does grow. And there you have it. Okay, now that we know it's working just fine, the next step is to set up our collection system. So I'm going to remove this water, and let's pick a spot here where we want to place our chest. I think probably right down here would be good, so we need to go down a few blocks. And one more. So we went down, let's see, from the floor of the water level, we went down 3 blocks. And we're going to set in our hopper. Once we remove these 3, we'll set our chest in here. 1, 2. And the next step we're going to be doing is setting in our hopper. Here, make sure you crouch. And then we want to make sure that that water ends up on the 8th block. So the water's got to run 8. And we know by looking at this, we have probably far more than that. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not going to work, will it? So what we need to do is make sure we go back 8 blocks. So we'll come down into here. We'll get rid of that block. So now we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when we go back up and we set our water in there, the water will flow from here all the way and should end up right finishing up at our hopper, which will then put all of our stuff into the chest. And if we look, let me drop off some of these. So if we just take our, say for example, a couple of these and pop them in there, it should go right down into our collection system here, into the hopper, and then into the chest. And there they are. Okay, at this point, that completes the build tutorial for the cactus farm and collection system. However, if you would like to go a little further, I'm going to show you how to add a little bit of experience farm into it and get the dyes out as well. Let's go take a look. So, where you have a number of these blocks set up, where the water flow is going, we're going to change that just slightly. As you can see, this last block, and it really depends on how far yours really goes. It may go 3, it may go 4 before you hit your 8, 1 for 8th, including the hopper. But in this case, we only have 3 or 2. So we want to skip this one. We're going to put hoppers underneath there, but we're going to dig it out first. Okay, so we've dug it out, and as you can see from here up top, we've dug the full length of this here, and we're going to leave some of these. So what I'm going to do is come down here, and you can see just below here, this is the row where the water is flowing. So at this point, that's the first drop. You want to skip the first drop. You want to go into the second one. So what we're going to do, we know that block contains the water right above it, as you can see by the hopper. So we're going to be able to fit in here on this particular model, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6. Oh. So we have 6 furnaces. So up top, what we're going to do, since we removed the water, is we're going to remove 6 of those blocks. And we'll stop there. Now the reason I didn't go to this last one is because the hopper will not pick up that one from there. So you don't need a furnace underneath that one there. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hoppers, we're going to place those hoppers right on top each and every one of these furnaces. Make sure you're crouching. Place and crouch. Now what this will help you do is every time something comes down through here, let me add the water back in and I'll show you what I mean. Every time something pops down through there, the hoppers will pick up those and fill up the furnaces down below. Any excess will trail off into your chest. I didn't hear anything just yet pop in there, but we're going to throw some in there to show you how this is going to work. Then it's a matter of just having a fuel source set up. So let me come over here, we'll drop some in. There's 8 of them that went in there. Once again, this is where the water did flow before. We just took out the blocks, whatever blocks are in your area. Mine just happened to be sandstone. And I replaced those with hoppers into these furnaces. Well, it just so happens that the first furnace picked up 8. The only thing you'll need to do then is add in a fuel source. And you can let this run. Fill it up with whatever fuel source you want, and including, you can even set up an alternative fuel source such as bamboo. Set up a bamboo farm off to the side where you have perhaps a minecart filling up each and every one of these furnaces, but that's another thing. So anyway, once you get that going and you went ahead and put in a fuel source and once it's burned down, it's going to sit there. Now I have not attached any complicated comparators or repeaters. This is nice and simple. So when it's done cooking up everything you've got in there, for example, if you put 64 coal in there and it's finished, it's going to sit there until you come by and pick it up. But if you are going to use that as an XP farm or to repair your gear, let's say for example I was going to repair this shovel, we want to make sure that we take off any other mending gear. And that way, whatever we pull out of there will only be the experience will only affect this particular tool, which would have mending on it, or any other gear if you were trying to repair that. As you can see, there's 3 pieces here that could be repaired. So anyway, my son has been watching me do this tutorial. He can't unfortunately be here on Adults Play Minecraft, but he did want to say hi because I know he's been on a number of my tutorials. He's also been on our Let's Play, our Beginner's Guide to Let's Play. So Noah, say hi. Hi. Anyway, I am finished for now, and I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you did like the video, click the like button. If you would like to subscribe for future videos, I make videos every Wednesday, have them edited and out by early Thursday morning. I really hope you found that this cactus farm useful to you, whether you use it as a cactus farm, just for dye or experience. And until next week, I will see you then, guys. Bye-bye.